Hello, welcome to Unnecessary Roughness Championship Edition.
Ooh.
Unnecessary Roughness with some stakes. Unnecessary Roughness sponsored by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. I got the peach in front of me right now. Oh, it's cold. Thank you, Loki.
I got the half and half.
Considering it's 6 degrees outside right now, everything's cold.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I love it being this cold.
No, you don't.
I do.
Nobody does.
I do so much. It's not even that cold outside.
You don't
It's not that cold.
None of you actually.
It feels so neutral.
Right.
Thank you.
What? Y'all are such
Feels
lying
great.
pieces of shit,
No,
man.
last night I went out
I
without
got
my
T-Bob
full...
a pass because he's never seen snow in his life, so he's still in the
Yeah, it's
honeymoon
fucking
phase.
crazy, dude. It's a winter wonderland out here. The
It's-
Christmas vibes could not be higher.
That it is actually very cool for him that it's his first winter
Yeah.
up here and it is snowing already. Because
So-
a lot of people move up.
Yeah.
and
I was going to ask this question as we go forward. Thank you, Twisted Tea, for sponsoring the show.
We love you,
Nothing
Twisted
goes
Tea.
better than Twisted Tea with college football.
I got the OT.
It's December 4th. Christmas
The
is
OTs.
3 weeks from today.
What?
It's December 4th. Christmas is 3 weeks from today.
That's crazy.
The question was, are you feeling it yet? Because
No.
I'm not quite feeling it yet. T-Bob says he's feeling it.
No.
Big Ev, you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I feel like we do this every year, but now we've added another head to the show who also did not grow up in cold weather. So I get a little annoyed when all the Southerners try to be like, oh, like, look at this joyous, like, it's nice. And I'm like, you guys don't know shit. None of you know what the fuck it. None of you grew up around snow, actual cold weather.
Yeah.
We got Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana,
Fair.
California, Vegas. Like, none of you guys know what this shit's like.
No,
It's fucking brutal.
I
I would live in warm weather in a second if I could.
Probably could.
No question.
No, you absolutely could. One and two. I have been on the East Coast now. I mean, not just New York. I when I moved to Boston, it's been over 10 years, and I will say this: 10 out of 10. You can always add more layers. You can put a million layers on. I love it. When it gets 100 degrees, 105 degrees every single day in the summer, it is fucking miserable. You're sweating on every inch of your body. Miss me with that. The cold weather is so lovely. Now it's cold. Not cold right now, but it can get pretty cold. But I'd cold 10 out of 10. I'd rather be snowing than fucking 105 every day.
I'd rather be in the summer. Just give me a summer.
If I may for a second advocate for being new to the snow and the weather and loving it. And I understand I'll eventually reach your point, Ev. I'm sure I'll fall prey to cynicism as well. But A, I keep saying this. I'm not going to jump there. And B, I think there might be a difference between city snow and suburb snow. When you're in the city and it's all gray and disgusting and muddy and full of piss and shit,
slushy,
and human detritus and slushy, versus like I look out my window and all I see are picturesque trees and lawns and homes just covered in a wonderful white dress. I mean, they all look beautiful. I've never experienced anything like it. I've been in the Christmas spirit now for multiple weeks. We have garland and lights hanging throughout the house. The tree's up, the ornaments and lights are going up on the tree tonight. Christmas is here. Every song I'm listening to hits harder. It's fun to wear heavy jackets. I love my snow boots. I got a snow blower. Doing that and the driveway's been pretty fun thus far. I'm about to start salting my driveway. I love it. I fucking love it. And it's infinitely better than being so hot that you feel like you're going to die every time you step outside.
All right, T-Bob, we'll go around the block quickly. We got to get to these games. T-Bob, favorite Christmas song?
Yeah.
Go.
I know that Jerry's state claiming of this company, but ever since I was a little kid, it's always been the Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on with fire. It's called the Christmas song, but easily with a bullet.
That's also mine. And Jerry has not even ruined it. That's how much I love it. He sings it 24/7, 365 days a year, and it's also mine growing up. And then "Oh Holy Night," if we're gonna go the Christian route, that one hits hard.
All right.
Wait, nobody else? Just me and T-Bob?
Well, you just know that you're a bitch and you just took mine. So
"Oh Holy Night" is yours?
Yeah, I've said it every year, and you just did that, so that's fine.
I don't think you can call me a bitch by saying I like "Oh Holy
Night." You religious bitch.
Ev, what's yours?
Give me the Mariah Carey. Give me the "All I Want for Christmas Is You." That's what I'm.
Let me tell you something, Kayce.
Slapping Mariah.
I've been having trouble getting in the Christmas spirit. I really have. And yesterday morning, I drive in so early. And I'm driving in, and I hit a Christmas thing, and it goes. I actually did "Oh Holy Night" radio, and I hit that, and I hit "Silent Night." I'm easing, and then Mariah's song hits, and I just notice I'm fucking into it.
Yup.
I'm like,
"All I Want for Christmas Is You" just bangs.
When she does the slow intro, and then it hits the dun, dun, and then she just goes like,
I don't want
yeah,
life for
that's a fucking banger, dude.
It is a banger.
Mariah's the queen of Christmas, but if we're going Christmas pop, for me, Ariana Grande's Santa Tell Me is a bop that I cannot help but start to dance to. And I don't know if this is technically pop, but Wham, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Wham is incredible at this time of year. Yeah.
Baby, it's
my
cold
daughters
outside.
have been singing it.
No.
Baby, it's cold outside.
That's a good one.
It's also a little sus. If you really listen to the lyrics, there's a little
Well,
some
I would ask you
vibes.
this, Kayce. I had a female point this out to me one time, and I was like, "Oh, I think you're right." Actually, she said it's not sus because the point is the woman wants to stay. That he's not
Yes.
pressuring her. That it's a flirty back and forth.
I would agree with that,
between
and
them.
I do stay with that. Although he, at some point, she does say, "What is in this drink?" At some point, she's like, "Yo, what did you put in my drink?" Because now I'm all of a sudden wanting to say, I agree. She's looking for the excuse. She's doing the whole, "Hey, like I don't actually want to leave, but like I'm gonna pretend like it." But then at some point, there seems like he might have slipped something in there. Beside the point, still a banger. When we talk about pop culture, Justin Bieber's Drummer Boy from when he was like a child, that one hits pretty
Nobody
good too.
cares
with
about Justin
with
Bieber.
Ludacris, come on, Ludacris is hot in the streets right now. Use a hoe. We know this.
What about Good King Wenceslas?
We're just gonna name every single song.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay.
Rocking around the Christmas tree. That's like Home Alone style.
Again, we're just naming all the songs now.
So I was talking to somebody recently, and I don't know why the Home Alone franchise came up, but he informed me that he lost his virginity, like accidentally with Home Alone 2 on ABC Family, like back when he was in high school. And I was like, that has to be such a weird feeling as he's a grown man with a family. It's like, that has to suck. Like to know, like you're watching it with your kids and you're just like, damn, lost my virginity.
Yeah, but on the positive side, Tim Curry watched you lose your virginity. And I would love for Tim Curry to have watched me lose my virginity.
Yeah, I lost mine to Three Musketeers when Tim Curry was Cardinal Richelieu.
I would have thought it would have been Clue, Brandon.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go.
White Christmas also.
We have championship games this weekend.
The movie is great as well.
We have playoff discussions. We have all those things. It's going to be a quicker show because not as many games. I just wrote down 5 questions that matter about these games. But I'll start it off. We'll do the Venmo Big Game preview. And Kayce, lead us into the Venmo Big Game preview, which will be the Big Ten championship game of Ohio State and Indiana.
And you know what I just found out, Brandon?
Yes.
Venmo has a new rewards program called the Venmo Stash. It's basically the more you do with Venmo, the more you can earn cash back. With Venmo Stash, you can earn up to 5% cash back when you use that Venmo debit card that we've been talking about all year. It is a physical card that works with your Venmo account. And they even have the special edition cards, which we know the Big 10, Big 12 colleges, you've seen them all year. And the best part is it's tied right to your Venmo app. So again, they have the Venmo Stash. Venmo's really they're doing a lot right now, which is amazing because it used to just be an app. Now it's the Stash, the physical debit cards, and all you have to do is go to venmo.com/college card and you get your college branded Venmo debit cards and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. The Venmo Mastercard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools are available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms. A lot of S's there. But yes, the Big Ten championship, the number 1 versus number 2 team in the country, Ohio State, Indiana. Arguably, and I know Diego Pavia is out there as well, but arguably if one of these quarterbacks has a pretty good game, probably the Heisman Trophy winning game of the year as well. Brandon Walker, would you agree with that?
So that was going to be my question. I was going to lead it off with Big Ev, seeing as his team is playing in it. One of the negative Nellies things that they say about this game and about all conference championship games are, well, they don't matter as much anymore. Oh, it's a shame this doesn't matter, yada, yada, yada. I look at an Indiana team who would, 3 years ago would kill for this opportunity to win a Big Ten championship and still would. I look at an Ohio State team that's gone a couple of years without winning it. They absolutely want this Big Ten championship, and the role they've been on is too important to just end right now. And then you have possibly the Heisman Trophy at stake. So, Big Ev, what do you say to those negative Nancys out there that say this game just doesn't matter?
No, listen, it matters. Listen, does it matter the way it used to in a 4-team playoff or something like that? Obviously not. The stakes aren't quite the same. But I think it still matters. Like, winning your conference is still a big deal. I mean, that's kind of like the number 1 goal of every season, it feels like, is win the conference. It definitely is big Heisman stakes. I definitely agree on that. I think it would take like a complete just defensive 17-10 kind of game for Pavia to step up and win this, which I don't think is like completely out of the question, but I think one of the quarterbacks will play well enough to get it done. No, it definitely matters. And I'll say selfishly from my point of view as an Ohio State fan, I think it means a lot to me in the sense of I want to see the kind of focus and kind of effort they deliver coming off such a big like emotional dump. Like that was such a massive win for everyone in the program from the top down. All the players wanted it for themselves, but for Day especially so badly. Then how much he's just been eaten alive by the media and by everyone else for losing this game the last 4 years. But that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see like that focus, that effort. Like I want to see the same level of intensity they've had every game of the season coming off such a big game like that. But I really do think we're just a little bit better everywhere. Like I genuinely believe that. And I think that Day has them in a mindset that like, even though that I think even him doing the win with humility thing was a huge example to the team, not just of like, I show class perspective, but like, hey, we didn't just win a national title. We beat Michigan. We did what we were supposed to do. Now let's keep doing what we're supposed to do, win the Big Ten, go on and win national championship. But I think we show up and we deliver. Like, I think we play really, really well. I think the defense dominates like it has basically every game. I think it's like an Ohio State, like 27, like 13, 27, 17 kind of win. That's kind of how I envision this game going.
Me and Liam are passing around our score predictor notepad right now. And as we did last week, when I believe I had 28-6, he had 35-10. It ended up being 27-9.
Actually, this is a true story. I don't know if I said it on the show. I swear that was the number one question I was asked when I was in Ann Arbor. And every single person that asked me, I said 27-10.
Yeah. And here's
I'm so with myself because I was giving Michigan way too much respect that they would score a touchdown. Shame on me.
Here's the report. The report from this room. Brandon Walker says Ohio State 30, Indiana 21. Liam Blutman says Ohio State 35, Indiana 13.
So Lukey printed out these lovely notes, which I really appreciate. So when you look at Indiana's offense, though, they are first in the Big Ten in points per game, first in the Big Ten in rush yards, first in the Big Ten yards per game. They are fifth in pass yards per game, and that to me, I mean, this is why I'm so excited about this game. I absolutely think conference games matter, but when you look at Ohio State's defense versus Indiana's offense, this is by far the best offense that Ohio State is going to have faced. I mean, I know they played Texas week 1, but this is absolutely hands down the best matchup that they're going to have. I think Ohio State probably wins the game. I think it's going to be pretty close. But, I mean, this Indiana offense and Fernando Mendoza has so much on the line. Of course, they want to play. But, I mean, this offense is really, really, really good. And when you look at Ohio State's offense and how good they are, they're 3rd, 7th, 2nd, 4th in the conference. And you look at Indiana and they're number 1 or number 2 across the board. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
Of the top,
I would argue that we're also by far the best defense they played.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But I'm just saying that I am giving the credit to. I mean, it comes down to. I mean, you look at the defense; it's first, second, first. So yes, absolutely.
Of the top 10 defenses in the Big Ten this year, Indiana played 2 of them. They played Oregon. They looked, good. They played Iowa.
Good.
They didn't look good against Iowa. They didn't play Michigan right. They didn't play Washington. They didn't play Northwestern. They played. Oh, excuse me. They played a 3rd team. They played Penn State, the 8th ranked defense in the Big Ten.
Didn't look great.
So this Ohio State defense. Now, if you look at the worst defenses in the conference, did Indiana play them? Did they play Purdue? Yeah. Did they play UCLA? Yeah. Did they play, on and on and on? Yeah, and yeah, and yeah. So like. The point you just made is correct. I believe this offense from Indiana is the best that.
But you could also do that on the flip side for Ohio State's defense. Like, go look at the offenses they played. Like, you could do the exact same argument, and I'm not trying to downplay Ohio State or Indiana. But this is the bigger issue with.
Here's what you can't do. I believe I believe Indiana's offense really struggled when they played Iowa. Really struggled when they played Penn State. You tell me who Ohio State's defense has struggled against. I don't know that I've seen them struggle against anybody.
I don't even know what offense I would say is the best offense they faced. It's that bad. Not Ohio State. I'm saying that schedule is that bad, and it's not their fault.
What is probably in Illinois? I would imagine is the best offense.
Right. So that's the thing is like, and I know it's
Washington.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Washington.
It's easy, and I'm sitting looking at it from the SEC standpoint, but it's also like. These big conferences really do fuck these teams because you can't play every single team in the conference. So whether you want to throw shade at Indiana or A&M or Ohio State or whatever, like at the end of the day, if Illinois or Washington is the best offense that Ohio State has faced, and then Indiana hasn't played a really good defense, we're still like both of those teams are going to be playing real defenses and real offenses this upcoming weekend. Is my point.
So, T-Bob, what do you think about this game?
No, I think Kayce's hitting the nail on the head there. I mean, yeah, like we want to play the game. What's the best defense that Ohio State played? They played Texas. They scored 14. That's a very close game. First game of the year, a lot has happened since then. Julian Saint's grown astronomically since then. But it is interesting to me that we went through some of the stats there, just how impressive Indiana is statistically and how close or ahead of Ohio State they rank in a lot of key metrics. And yet, we appear to believe that there is a very big gap between the two teams. I mean, first and second in scoring defense, first and third in scoring offense. Indiana's first in total offense, Ohio State's fourth, Ohio State's first in total defense. Indiana's third turnover margin. Indiana, this is maybe an area where they actually differ, but Indiana, a pretty unreal plus 17 on the year. They're winning the turnover margin by 1.5 per game on average. Ohio State only plus 5. Maybe something to keep an eye on there, because I do agree with you. Ohio State is better on a pure talent to talent basis, but the gap is not as large, I believe, as it was last year, or maybe some are painted out to be. Like, even look at the receivers. Smith and Tate are something special and extra normal, but Cooper and Surratt are very good themselves. And this is an Indiana team that they saw how they got their ass kicked by Ohio State last season. They said, we have to get better on the offensive line. They brought a lot of transfers. Well, sacks allowed. Number one, Ohio State, they've only given up 6. Indiana's only given up 15. And on the flip side, like, it's just good on good everywhere. Like, if you want to talk about being disruptive, Indiana, first in the league by far in TFLs, 103. Minnesota only at 84. Ohio State's fifth there. Third down conversion rate, they're 1 and 2, both converting over 56% on third down conversions allowed. They're 1 and 2, only allowing 27%. Touchdown red zone percentage. Indiana 1, 75% of the time. Ohio State 6, 69% of the time. Opponent red zone touchdown percentage, which I thought Ohio State would win because they've been unbelievable when you get in that part of the field. Ohio State second in the Big Ten, allowing 35%. Indiana 1 at 27%. So I think these teams are close, and I think the margins matter here. And I think turnovers, that gap there, could tell the story here if Indiana can avoid a disaster like last year. Like, once the punt return for a touchdown happened last year, you knew that game was cooked. Also, for not Fernando Mendoza, Curtis Rourke had no time to throw. That Indiana offensive line was getting dominated. I don't know if that's going to be the case this year. They're going to be facing up with Arvell Reese, Caden Curry, Caden McDonald, all those guys. But Fernando Mendoza's been really good at getting the ball out of his hand this season. So I like Ohio State because I think they're a bit better. But I do think that Indiana is more of a traditionally dominant team than maybe people are thinking of them as. I think this game is very close, and I think Ohio State squeaks out a close one.
So to me, I think of an Ohio State that has been looking for a fight, right? An Ohio State that's been looking for, Indiana had some tests against Iowa. They had some tests against Penn State. They were lucky to survive against Penn State, and that's fine. I don't really care about that. You are what your record says you are. I just remember when Michigan beat Ohio State last year and they were at rock bottom, they then turned into absolute a war machine that destroyed 4 quality teams. And remember when Tennessee lost to Ohio State and we said, oh, Tennessee, what a fraud. They destroyed 4 quality teams. Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, they beat by double digits, didn't really destroy them. And then Notre Dame, they just handled pretty much with relative ease. It was closer, but they beat all 4 by double digits. And then they come into this season, they beat Texas, and the schedule just doesn't really allow them to have anything much. They kind of got to flex a little bit at Michigan the other day. This is just a team who's finally going to look across the field and see somebody that can match them a little bit, and I think we're going to see that elite version of Ohio State. I think that's me picking Ohio State to win is more of just how much I respect how good they actually are and how often we haven't had to see it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think we should also highlight this is an elite coaching matchup as well.
Yes.
I mean, Curt Cignetti is a superhuman game planner. What he's got out of this program in general speaks to that, but also his individual week-to-week plans. And, whatever qualms we had about Ryan Day have been answered and then some. And now you can finally actually let the Ryan Day resume speak for itself, Like you don't have to be worried about Bourne on third base or anything after he's won the Natty, after they've had the run that they have this season. It's just two of the best coaches, two top 5 coaches in the entire country. Wait, are we leaving this game? I have one more note on this game.
Go.
A lot of people are just saying, I just want to point out, because I feel like this game's being poo-pooed a little bit because the stakes are not what they would have been.
Yeah.
But we kind of need to appreciate what we're seeing here in 1v2 in the country, squaring up both as undefeated teams that are dominant in every single aspect of the game, because it does not happen often, guys. This is the first time since 2006 that you have had 1v2 in a conference championship. It's not since those old Nick Saban, Alabama, and Florida Urban Meyer teams that we have seen this.
Because it's not natural to have. Because this is why the big conferences kind of suck. Because these two teams, there ought to be conferences where you have 9, 10, 11, 12 teams where these teams probably would have played in the regular season, where everybody plays everybody, and you figure out the 2 best teams to play in the conference championship game. And as it is right now, Ohio State and Indiana basically existed in separate worlds this year. Like, they just didn't even exist in the same world, and now they're getting together. Like, they don't even feel like conference opponents. The bigger conferences suck, but you're right. It is very rare to get this, and we have it right now.
It happens once every 20 years, essentially. So enjoy it.
All right, so Cracker Barrel Game of the Week. That's what we'll do right now. This Game of the Week segment presented by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is giving you all the more of what you already love, like those delicious hash brown casseroles, the fried okra, the macaroni and cheese. I'm just doing the sides. You know, the meatloaf, the chicken fried chicken, the fried pork chops on a Monday night that I just love so much. It's even better that I remember. I get the same feeling, but now there's more to it when I go to Cracker Barrel. See how Cracker Barrel is bringing you more crave-worthy comforts, country hospitality, and all the more to enjoy. Swing by, visit Cracker Barrel today. Big Ev, we did just do the Ohio State-Indiana game, so putting that one aside, what would be your Cracker Barrel Game of the Week?
I think it has to be the Big 12 championship game just because of the stakes. Just where BYU's sitting. It's funny because obviously Dave's been doing this Provo Dave thing, but obviously so much of the discussion has been about Miami, Notre Dame. But BYU really is the team that it looks like could very well get shafted in this whole thing. Because what do you do with them if they lose a close game here? Where like their only losses are to a top what the committee is referring to as a top 4 team in the country, and I don't disagree with that. I think they've earned that. They've earned that spot. Their only loss is when their quarterback didn't play in a respectable Arizona State team, like not a terrible loss.
Yeah.
So I think that's the game I was excited for, because the rallying cry of Satake stays at BYU. The team's super excited. They have a chance to do something special, win the Big 12. I think they'll play the game more competitively. So obviously, everyone remember the first one. It was a bludgeoning, and even the score doesn't fully do it justice. Like I think BYU scored a little late when really it was a bloodbath for most of that game. And do I think Tech's going to win? Yeah, I probably do. But I think BYU has enough to keep it close and make it an exciting game. And who knows, maybe they get a couple bounces. They're able to take advantage of a turnover or something like that. Make it a game where all of a sudden it's a 1-score game deep in the fourth quarter. And something that BYU's done time and time again this year is they've been very, very clutch. They're very smart. They're very tough. So I think that's the game outside of obviously just watching the Buckeyes. That to me is the game that by far I'm the most excited to watch. And I think it's clearly the biggest game because win or lose for BYU, chaos ensues for either them or the rest of that kind of back half of the top 12.
Yeah, that is the linchpin of this whole thing, right? The committee has got themselves in a position where they can keep BYU in if they want, and if BYU loses by an unsatisfactory amount, they can kick them out and bring somebody else in. Texas Tech losing, though, what does that do? Would they fall from 4 to out? That's a lot of interesting questions out of that game. But T-Bob, what is the Cracker Barrel Game of the Week?
Yeah, I'm not going to get fancy here. I think Big Ab nailed it, and it's kind of the stakes. And I don't know if this is a credit to something like this ridiculous 12-team system, because really I'm just beginning to hate all the subjectivity more and more and more every single year. But at least it might be like a silver lining this year. Whereas normally I'd be hyper-focused on the SEC and the Big Ten here, but because of the ripple effects, like Big Eb was getting at here, with this Big 12 championship, it becomes fascinating to keep an eye on. Because right now, you have the 2 auto bids that are either going to go to an ACC and Group of 5, or 2 Group of 5 teams, if Duke wins, right? What that means is the cutoff is basically at number 10, as it stands now. If BYU wins, Well, all of a sudden, the Big 12's getting 2 teams in. That's going to bump that cutoff down to 9. And who loses then? Are both Miami and Notre Dame held out? If Alabama gets bludgeoned by Georgia, do they drop out? The ripple effects here are massive. And the thing about BYU is their resume, just from a blind resume standpoint, is on par or if not better than a lot of the teams that are ranked ahead of them. So they're playing angry. They're already getting screwed. You heard Kalani Sitake on WUP this week talking about how he wishes that the actual football could decide these things. Like, let everybody play this weekend. Let's see who actually deserves to be in. Credit to Vanderbilt for reportedly trying to get one of those games going. The only thing I worry about for BYU here is the first game, man. I mean, Texas Tech, you want to talk about beating a team in their style? Texas Tech didn't run the ball efficiently, but they ran it 43 times for 150 yards. So again, not a lot of yards per carry, but they pummeled the pummeler. BYU, on the other hand, 67 yards, 27 carries. Like, as great as Bear Bachmeier is, everything with this BYU team goes through LJ Martin, and I don't know that I saw a lot in game number 1 that would lead me to believe that suddenly that BYU rushing attack is going to be able to crack that Texas Tech front 7. I mean, maybe it's a neutral site. Maybe that does something here, but I do like Texas Tech to win, although BYU winning would both kind of be like, yeah, fuck yeah, the good guys, and I would love the madness that would ensue for some of the bigger brands.
I think you just covered every single eventuality that could have ever happened in that game.
You
covered every single...
Yeah.
To be more succinct, all it is that the line moving from 10 to 9 is fascinating if BYU wins, and there will be major anger and fallout because of that.
Liam, what is the Cracker Barrel game of the week?
The Cracker Barrel game of the week is so clearly Ohio State, Indiana, is it not?
Sure, if that's what you want to say.
That was a bit of a joke.
Okay, continue.
That joke didn't get picked up. That's okay. We'll go Georgia. We'll go Georgia, Alabama. It's fine. We'll go Georgia, Alabama for this one because I think Ev hit the nail on the head the other day when we were talking about what happens if Alabama wins, what happens if Alabama loses. Can the Big Ten get 3 teams in the top 4 spots, which would then give the SEC 4 home playoff games in the first round? I think it's a fascinating storyline here. What's Georgia going to be able to do against Alabama? Brandon, you walked in here and said you think Alabama's going to win this game, aren't they?
Yeah,
what you
I do too.
So I'm fascinated to see what happens here. Does Alabama get punished for losing if it's do they get punished a good bit? I'm interested to see. I'm just, again, great game. Gunnar Stockton is underrated as maybe anybody in the country. Georgia's freshmen are starting to absolutely show out. SEC championship game, as always.
I completely agree.
Cracker Barrel game of the week, Kayce.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's the SEC game, and you talk about ripple effects, and we went into Tuesday night's episode saying, well, it's kind of absurd that the commissioner of the commissioner of the College Football Playoff Committee is saying that nobody's going to move. And then you look at what's going to actually happen. If Alabama wins this game, I don't see a world how they don't move them up into the top 4. I can't see a world where there's 3 Big Ten teams and the SEC SEC champion is not there. What's weird to me about this game, and it's obviously Georgia, Alabama, it's the premier brands. When you look at the rest of the SEC, it's like Ole Miss's best season literally ever. Oklahoma is right there. A&M has had one of the best seasons ever, and it's still Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship. It's just like so cliche. And when you look at this Bama team, and I know they were able to run the ball in the Iron Bowl, they have been so bad on the ground this year. And I think that's the key to this. If Alabama can get a running game going, they will beat Georgia. If they look like they have running the ball for most of the season, I think they're going to struggle. But I think Alabama's going to win, and that to me is the biggest chaos, because when you move Alabama all the way up into the top 4 and then what the rest of they're going to look like, ideally 4 SEC home playoff games would be sick for TV. I just don't see a world where that happens. Alabama has to beat Georgia in the first place, but that chaos piece is massive as well.
Yeah, I think one thing about Alabama is in the first game, I believe there was something like 8 of 12 on third down. Georgia couldn't get them off the field, so I would imagine Kirby's got to do something to heat Ty Simpson up and knock him off course a little bit.
13th in the SEC in rush yards per game.
So
that's crazy.
But you make me sick. And
what did I do?
You make me sick. T-Bob, Ev, You just make me fucking sick. You guys pretend college football is all about the brand names and the TV and the Ohio States and the Indianas of the world. And you act like, I'm sorry, there's already a playoff happening, folks. There's already a playoff happening. And guess what? The 2 seed, Montana State, is hosting, is playing who, Kayce? Yale. Yale, a team that was down 42-14 1 week ago, and they win 43-42 over Youngstown State. I'm talking about Montana State and Yale, but that's not all. That's not all.
You are the worst.
What?
Was this on your extra notes?
I literally was just flipping through trying to
How
find
about
that.
the Battle of Lehigh Valley? How about the Battle of Pennsylvania? Huh? How about the Battle of Villanova and Lehigh? Huh? What? Who's got it better than us, Liam? Who's got it better than us?
Who does have better? And one opportunity for Lehigh head coach.
One opportunity for Lehigh head coach
Kevin Cahill, who's interviewing for FBS jobs as we speak. Could he be Coastal's guy? Could
Who
he
knows?
be? Could he steal the JMU job right from Billy Napier's grasp? We'll find out. Only
Could
time
he
will
be
tell.
Penn State?
Villanova
We don't know.
throttled Harvard in the first round. Guess what, Brandon? Nobody is talking about Harvard as a top 10 quarterback in the upcoming draft, according to ESPN.
Harvard also has a higher recruiting class right now than Penn State.
And a higher GPA.
They signed 2 guys yesterday.
2 guys, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
2 guys.
They don't care. They don't care about their recruiting class. They're trying to build a roster completely through the portal.
I know, but
it's a tactic. That's what Pat Kraft wants to do. Kraft has disagreed with head coaches that are interviewing for the job or like that they're speaking to about roster construction.
You make me sick.
Kraft wants it all done through the portal.
He
wants
you
the
cut me
highest
off
of the
before
high
I talked
talent.
about UC Davis and Rhode Island.
I'm sorry, that's a late night banger on ESPN The Deuce.
It's a late night banger on ESPN The Deuce is what I was going to say.
5.5 point spread.
5.5 is what it is right now.
And you didn't even talk about your boys from Tarleton State.
Tarleton State playing, hold on. Tarleton State fucking playing North Dakota.
I gotta find the spread on this one, Brandon, because I like North Dakota in the upset there.
I love North Dakota.
I know that we talked a lot about
the Tigers in
Tarleton
this
State
one,
and
the
their
Bulls, the
speed,
Cats.
but there's gotta be something
Dragons.
wacky.
I love the
happening,
Demons.
right?
The Fighting Hawks.
I love the Fighting Hawks.
Formerly the Fighting Sioux, plus 4.5.
Yes.
The late night game on ESPN
crazy
The
game.
Deuce. You know what you should do? You should lay in your Bowl and Branch sheets and watch that.
I will.
That's
yes.
what you should do.
Please, thank you.
The holiday sales for Bowl and Branch are coming up, and we all know the holidays are the time to splurge, Brandon. You know, you want to spend a little extra money, but you don't have to splurge on just anything. You should splurge on nice sheets.
Sure.
Okay. But the good thing about Bowl and Branch is they are the highest quality, and it is the best sale of the year. 25% off site-wide. The best-selling signature sheets feel made for you with the perfect balance of softness and breathability for your best sleep. As we've said, it's cold everywhere right now, so they keep you nice and warm, but they don't make you feel like you're overheating either. And they also have crib sheets, they have pajamas, they have robes, they have the best blankets. Ev's got it right there on his couch. He's got that king size blanket. They are the absolute best. Comes with a 30-night guarantee, so you can shop worry free. And again, you don't just splurge on just anything out there. Make sure you go and you treat yourself. Again, I've been saying this, whether it's for your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife, your friends, whatever. Get them a nice Bowl and Branch robe or some pajamas. They will love it. The Kayce Smith guarantee. Give yourself and your loved ones the most extraordinary feeling with 25% off site-wide, plus free shipping and extended returns. Shop now at bowlandbranch.com/rough. That's BOLLAND branch.com/rough. Take 25% off. Exclusions to apply. Again, this is a great holiday gift. They also, little cheat code for everybody out there. It comes in a nice box with a ribbon, and it's already kind of packaged for you. So you don't even have to do anything. Just get them some nice sheets, get them some nice pajamas. Shout out Bowl and Branch.
You know, I wrote down 5 questions for this show, and during the kind of preamble here, or during the ones we've talked about, we've kind of already asked 3 of them and answered them. Those questions were, you know, let's make the case for Ohio State, Indiana mattering. We did that. Does the Bama magic continue? We kind of talked about that. Can BYU compete with Tech this time around? There are 2 questions left. And number 1 question I would like to ask before we get going is Virginia versus 7-5 Duke the worst conference championship game a Power 5 conference has ever put on? Can you, in your memory, make a case there was a worse conference championship game than this? Because I in the SEC,
Power 5-4 now.
I in the SEC and the Big Ten cannot remember one off the top of my head. Other than have there been years where a sacrificial lamb like Iowa or Northwestern the
Big Ten West
has to trot over to Indianapolis?
Yeah,
to
the
play.
Big Ten West feels like they did that for a few years.
Yeah, and there was a moment where the SEC East also did it, sacrificing to LSU or Alabama or Auburn. Like when Missouri. One of those Missouri years when they won it, they were just a sacrificial lamb to somebody. But this
Florida,
is
maybe.
This is like too sacrificial.
Well, this is where like back whenever the divisions were like that, it was annoying because again, it was like the Big Ten East and West are so lopsided. But at least you knew why it was happening, right? You knew, okay, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, whoever, like they're gonna just beat the shit out of somebody in Indianapolis. That's just the way things are. The ACC has no business in 2025, the year of our Lord, having Duke and Virginia in the conference championship. It is disgusting. And so I walked into the office this morning and PFT was the first person I saw. And he said, Kayce, I just saw Manny Diaz is now campaigning that Duke should get into the college football playoff if they win this weekend. He can't be serious. I know they have to. I know they have to.
Power 4 champ.
I assume he is serious.
He can't. I mean, he's lying to himself. He's looking in the mirror and lying straight to number one.
He was also campaigning for Miami. Did you see that?
He
was saying Miami should be in, and
I'm not a Manny Diaz guy, but this is to answer your question. Yes, this is worse, and we'll all watch it. I know it goes head to head with the Big Ten champion. No,
I can't promise I'll watch it.
It goes Big Ten championship, right? You're gonna watch it.
I'm not gonna promise I'm gonna watch it.
You're gonna have it on the quad box at least.
Rudolph's got it. If Rudolph is on, Christmas Vacation's been running pretty much round the clock. I will at least look at Christmas Vacation and see where he is. If he's in the mall and he's talking to the hot sales lady about a little nipply out, yeah. I might stay there for a second.
Nipply.
If they're sitting at home watching
no lines.
Yeah, I can't see the line. Can you, Russ?
Can't see the line. Can you, Russ?
Yeah. Have we done that yet this year? Might as well take this opportunity to. Yeah. Anyway,
the scene where he's looking outside with the pool is just all time.
Santa Claus. Uncle Clark.
I don't know, Margot. A lot of great side characters.
If only me and Catherine had that money we sent to the TV preacher that was screwing his wife. Well, what about his kids? Oh, his kids can fend for themselves.
Just yakking on a bone.
All right.
Barking for the what lady?
The yak lady.
The yak lady.
Yeah. You ever seen her, Clark? She's got these big ears that come out. Ugly as sin, but a sweet gal and a hell of a good cook. All right. So there we go. And the last question. Liam, I'll throw this to you. You can start.
Hey, Virginia's 10-2.
With a loss to NC State that wasn't a conference loss. What the fuck are we doing? The ACC screwed itself with this convoluted tiebreaker and its weird ass shit. And I think Virginia and Duke or Duke and Miami that had two similar conference opponents.
I think Duke and Miami. These conferences are too big. This is what they get. They killed off the Pac-12. They're dissecting from everyone else. They wanted these mega super big conferences. And what happened? Yeah. Whose fault is this?
Now we got teams sneaking in there that have no business. Yeah.
Before we move on from this game, then, Brandon, if you're so displeased with this, what is worse? The two group of 5 teams getting in, or Virginia and the American champ?
I think Virginia is more equipped to compete than a second G5.
Okay.
It's just a shame that we came up with this idea. Let's let 12 teams play, and then we handicapped ourselves with rules and conditions where we're ended up going to have 10 deserving teams out of the 12 that are going to play. You can go all day. Is 12 the number? Is this number? Is that the number? Yeah, but if you're going to create rules and conditions where you take spots away from the Vanderbilts, Miamis, Notre Dames of the world to hand them to Tulane just because they won a bad conference, or to Duke who just happened to win a grouping of teams that isn't very good, it's just a shame. Anyway, whatever. The Heisman. Talked about it briefly earlier. Where's the world, Blutman, where Diego Pavia, who is in the clubhouse now, sticks around and steals this Heisman? Is it possible that the winning quarterback of the Big Ten championship game doesn't grab this trophy?
Yeah, 2013, each guy throws an interception, and it's not the offense winning the game, then I think that does Pavia's work for him. I think we'll do Pavia's work for him. He should live stream himself watching this game. and campaigning himself for Heisman and playoff stuff. That's what he should do. That's what a true content creator would do. You guys spoke to Diego on Wub. He is like he's a WWE character. He prides himself in doing that stuff. Stream the game, Diego. I'm giving you a brilliant offer. You'll probably get donations too. That's pretty cool. Good night out in town. Invite Ev after. That's the play, Diego. You're welcome.
Big Ev, is there a world where the winner doesn't win the Heisman, you think?
I think the only way would be a super low scoring defensive battle. I really think that's the only way. I think even if one guy who wins throws a couple of touchdown passes, 200 yards, I even think something like that probably gets it done for you. But I will say, I mean, it is going to be like Diego's going to have the better numbers in less games. So I think that will be like an argument for him. So I'm also, my brain's been in a pretzel. I just won the game of the week thing. So I'm pretty fired up right now.
On the app?
My phone's been blown up. I just won that, but I gotta win though. It's just a freebie. You gotta win.
No, I know, but it's also
Ohio
like
State?
getting to do that.
You gotta go NFL game of the week though.
This has been very much just the story of my life. When I'm hot, I'm hot. I'm cold, I'm cold.
Big Ev, you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do?
I'm a streaky guy.
You need to get your ass to Indianapolis Saturday night and then get here to do that on Sunday.
He's going to the Big 12 championship.
I'm going with shout out Venmo. Shout out Venmo.
Oh, I didn't know he was going.
I'm going to Dallas. But now I'm texting our people because I've got to move my flight around. I got to figure some shit out.
Got to get to Chicago now.
You should just come.
I'm gonna get to Chicago, but I'm trying to do it in a way where I can do both of our shows. But I'm trying to make that work.
Wait, why? So, well, you should just come straight to Chicago. What? I don't even know what the game of the week this week is. What is it? The Barstool.
They maybe haven't announced
Bears
yet,
Packers.
I don't think his free bet doesn't have to be.
Yes,
I think it does.
It's on.
No, it does.
I think it does. I think the rule is it has to be the game of the week.
Kelly's a different one?
No, it was all game of the week.
No,
excuse me. Sorry.
It has to be in the Bears Packers game.
Okay.
Ev, that is massive.
But I'm trying to work this out because I need to go to the Big 12 championship. I also need to watch the Big 10 championship. I need to do our podcast at like midnight, and then I also need to do the podcast at like 11 a.m. So I've got to figure out a way to get to Dallas, in Chicago, in between those times. I'm trying to make it work.
You ought to be able to squeeze Dallas to Chicago by about 9, 10 a.m. Shouldn't be a problem.
I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to make work right now.
You can do it.
Is the Big 12 championship game at night?
No, it's at 12.
No, it's at noon.
So, but it's at 11 Dallas time.
Yeah. I have to be there through the entire game, but then I can't miss any of the Big Ten championship. That's also
just
part
get
of the
on.
dilemma.
And also you'll get there quick because DFW is very quick, or the airport is very close to the stadium.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you can do that. Congratulations.
I'm making it work right now.
Huge.
We're moving some things
That's
around.
massive.
All right.
Congrats, Big Ev, dude.
DraftKings, the rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturdays are made for football. This is the last official Saturday of the 2025 regular season, which is crazy. The DraftKings Sportsbook is celebrating college football's game of the week with special profit boost for all customers. Just opt in for one of the games this Saturday and you'll score a single-use profit boost token for that game. Whether you're betting on your go-to team or an underdog, Saturdays are yours to own with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use promo code RUFF. That's code RUFF for all customers to get a special profit boost on the college game of the week in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. As Ev mentioned, also, it's the Barstool game of the week is not just for us. Like, you can get involved on Twitter, so go on DraftKings, pay attention to that as well. So who is in the parlay this week?
I'm going.
It'll be you two, and then I think we should do Ev.
Okay.
All right, so I'm in. Give me the Alabama Crimson Tide money line to beat the Georgia Bulldogs.
Money line, okay. Then I'm
they're
just
plus
gonna
2.5. I think they're going to win the game. Kirby has worms in his head when it comes to Alabama, even without Nick Saban.
I'll take UNLV.
Oh, okay.
Plus 4.5 against Boise State, I believe, in the Mountain West Championship game. And Kayce Smith.
Molten.
I'll take BYU to cover the points. On this
12.5.
It says 12.5. Is it still 12.5?
Yeah, plus 690.
Thank you very much.
There it is. Plus 690 on the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Liam, before we go, let me just quickly, because I do not want to poo-poo any games. We have the American Championship game, North Texas and Tulane. Very, 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 very likely it's for a playoff spot probably. No, it's for a playoff spot.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's a guaranteed. It's a guaranteed.
It's a guaranteed playoff spot. You also have,
Wait, real
James
quick on that game.
Troy
One
on
thing,
Friday,
I mean, obviously, North Texas, Tulane, interesting because both head coaches leaving for bigger jobs. You may ask yourself, well, why? But it's not just because they find themselves here with very good years. I think it's interesting. A guy, Jerry Smith, who covers Tulane, pointed this out, but it's a credit to both coaches that their former quarterbacks from last year in Chandler Morris and Darian Mensah are also going to be playing for a conference championship this weekend, and yet, no excuses, they still found a way to get their teams back to the American Championship. And for Morris, obviously, it was finding Mestmaker out of nowhere, never played quarterback before, now leading the nation in passing. And then for Tulane, it was a bit of luck in having Jake Retzloff have sex and have to leave BYU and end up down in New Orleans.
I still don't understand how they confirm that.
He probably said, "Yeah, sure did."
Yeah.
I'm getting pussy.
Yeah.
Listen, we talk depth charts, power rankings, playbooks all day, but who's got a playbook for your finances? That's where experience steps in. Your big financial friend. Your BFF helps you find ways to save money, track your FICO score, monitor your credit, and even match you with credit cards that fit your game plan. Here's the clutch move. Some of those cards are labeled no ding decline. That means if you're not approved, your credit score stays safe. It's like having a financial coordinator in your corner, minus the headset. Take control of your wallet and apply with confidence. Download the Experian app and meet your big financial friend today. Applying for no ding decline cards won't hurt your credit scores if you aren't initially approved. Initial approval will result in a hard inquiry, which may impact your credit scores. We're getting out of here, but Liam, your mouth looked like it wanted to say something.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I like North Texas in that game.
Okay.
I was gonna, if you were gonna ask more, but
We
I'm
should
putting together all my conference championship picks right now on the parlay.
I love that. We should make the announcement because we kind of talked about it a little bit at the end.
We'll
of
be live Saturday night and Sunday morning.
So we will go live as soon as the night championship games are over to recap, and then when the college football playoff official bracket comes out, we will be reacting live. You know what I was thinking about? Do you remember the first year that we had the playoff and we did this, and we were at the office and Joe Burrow was in the office, and we missed some of it because you were staring at Joe Burrow. I mean, I was too, but you were just gawking at Joe Burrow.
Well, I wasn't. You get that wrong. You were gawking at Joe Burrow. I was gawking at the Heisman Trophy. Remember, it was there too.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't gawk
I
at
was
Joe
gawking
Burrow?
at the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, we were like sitting there, and Katie and Jack had cameras in our face, like, "Hey, you guys have to react to this." And it was like, "Do you see what's in front of us right now? It's just the Heisman Trophy, and that maybe one of the hottest men of all time."
James Madison, Jacksonville State, North Texas, UNLV, Texas Tech, Western Michigan, Georgia, Duke, Ohio State. $10 pays $1,426 conference championship parlay. By Hope BYU wins.
We should actually get that on the book. We need a Liam.
I think you did just get it.
Is it on the book, Liam? Like actually, like officially through Jack? Tell Jack you want that on there.
Okay.
I'll tell him if we should bet on that.
Good luck to all the people in this room whose team is playing this weekend. That is one person.
I'm okay with good luck, Ev. I'm okay with it, getting the boys healthy. And let me tell you something. When you said Christmas was 3 weeks from today, I got me so excited, not because it's Christmas, but because that means I'm going to be back in College Station in less than 3 weeks. I haven't seen a game in College Station in a minute.
All right, we'll see you Saturday. Thanks.